Yeah, hi friends. Welcome to Tech Study and Azure DevOps series. Today we are going to discuss about Azure DevOps introduction. So what is CI/CD? Continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. It's a software development approach where all developers work together and share a repository of code and changes are made. There are automated build process and detecting the code issues. The outcome is faster development lifecycle and lower rate. So whenever the developer will work, so we have one main repository. So they will create a future branch and they will work on it and they will develop the development on that future branch. Once the change is done and tested, then they will create a pull request and they will push the changes to main branch. So from there, our CI/CD deployment will start. Okay, this is the life cycle. First plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operation, and monitor. This is called DevOps. So these are all life cycle we are going to check. We are going to do the in future sessions. So DevOps architecture. So as I said, developer. So we have repositories. In repositories, in main branch, we are maintain the code, source code. So from there, they will create the future branches. The developer will work on it, and then they will create a Azure pipelines pull request, code analysis, lint, security scanning, tools, restore, build, unit test, peer review. So everything will comes under pull request. This all checks will do. Then they will approve the pull request. Then they will merge the changes to future branch to main branch. So Key Vault and Azure Articraft we will discuss it in future sessions. So Azure pipelines in continuous integration. So integration, what it will do, get secrets and code analysis, restore and build, unit tests and integration tests, publish, build artifacts. It will drop and recreate the artifacts and it will initialize the um, code and it will check the is there any syntax errors like that. It will verify in continuous integration. So Azure Pipelines CD, continuous deployment or delivery. So it what it will do, it will download the artifacts and it deploy to staging whatever we have stages, staging, QA, pre-prod or prod. So once the acceptance test is done, then it will deploy the changes to different stages. So manual intervention is optional. So we have automation triggers as well. I will show you while creating the release pipeline. So once that is done, it will deploy the stages like production, whatever in stages, it will deploy it. Then finally, we will monitor the logs. This is the way uh, Azure DevOps architecture will work. So let's discuss about pull request. So pull request is nothing but, as I said, um, the pipeline run faster quality checks and the checks include building the code when require pulling dependencies from your dependency management system. The use of tool analyze the code such as static code analysis, lightning and security scanning unit tests that we saw the options in architecture. So if any one check fails, the pipeline run ends. The developer will have to make required changes. If all checks pass, the pipeline should require peer review. The peer review fails, the pipeline ends. And the developer will have to make required changes. If all checks peer reviews pass, the peer review will successfully merge. So whenever the developer worked on the development, once the development is done, then they will create a pull request. Once the approvers is approved, then automatically it will the pull request will successfully merge into the main branch. So these are the steps we use in pull request. If in case if any one of mistakes, any checks pass failed, like while creating pull request, it will check the all checks. Once all checks pass it, then only it will do the merge. If any checks fails, then we need to go ahead and fix the issues and then again we need to pull the changes and submit for merge. Then it will complete it successfully. So continuous integration pipeline. So this continuous, we will create a continuous integration pipeline to fetch the ARM this CI pipeline integration states A merge to the repo git triggers and CI pipeline. This pipeline runs the same checks and pull request pipeline with some important additions. The continuous integration pipeline runs integration tests. It will run tests, and whenever we will make the changes in main branch, it will automatically we have enabled trigger to kick off the continuous integration pipeline. It will check the checks. The integration test should not require a deployment of solution as build artifacts have been created yet. If the integration tests required secrets, the pipeline gets those secrets from Azure Key Vault. If any of the check fail, the pipeline ends. Developer will have to make the required changes. The result of successful of the pipeline creation and pushing the build artifacts. So our deployment will use artifacts whenever we make the changes in Azure Data Factory. We need to publish the changes, then it will publish the changes in main branch, and automatically it will publish it in ADF publish branch. From there artifacts will publish in ADF publish branch. So we will see that in once we make the changes and how to publish and how it will generate the ARM templates. Those ARM templates we are going to use in continuous integration pipeline. It will check and it will publish the artifacts every time whenever make the changes. So continuous deployment trigger or continuous deployment release to stages. As I said, different stages we have. The continuous deployment pipeline will download the artifacts and it will created in a CID pipeline. So we are going to use continuous integration pipeline in continuous deployment pipeline. It will use the whatever artifacts we have assigned in continuous integration pipeline. Based upon that, it will deploy the changes to different environments. QA, pre-prod, production, right? We can make the stages in continuous deployment pipeline. So CI continuous deployment pipeline trigger. There is like manual intervention. We have manual validations tasks, and we can automate the triggers that we will see the while creating the continuous deployment pipeline. Okay. So continuous delivery or deployment release to the production. If the manual intervention is resumed, there is no manual intervention implemented. The pipeline releases the solution to the production. The pipeline should run smoke tests in the production to ensure releases is working as expected. If manual intervention a step results is cancelled, the results will fail or the smoke test will fail. The release is rolled back. The pipeline ends, the developer will have to make the required changes. So if any changes, if any issues will found, if the uh, continuous deployment pipeline will fail, we need to check the errors and what is the issue, and when we need to solve them, and then we need to release the pipeline to deploy the changes. So finally we will monitor the logs. Azure Monitor collect observability um, data such as logs, metrics, so that operator can analyze health, performance, and usage data. Application Insights collects all application specific monitoring data such as traces. Azure Log Analytics is used to store all the data. We can query the data by using Azure Log Analytics in Azure portal. We can fetch the active logs in monitor section. This is about in DevOps introduction. So thank you so much, guys. So if you are watching first time, please subscribe my channel to get more updates, and share, comment, do the things. Thank you so